right, now, hello. Glad to have you here with me on this Friday afternoon. Glad to be back in the house. Uh, Glad to be showcasing my work again online. First of all, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I see someone in the house already, and I see Cynthia from Detroit is in the house. I do plan on coming to Detroit next month, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about um, what's been going on, where I've been, and what I've been doing. And then I'm going to show a couple pieces before I leave this afternoon, so I have a couple things to show. So, but first of all, I just want to let you know, and I hope I am on Instagram. I forgot that I'm on Instagram also. So if you're on Instagram and you're watching me, hello, how you doing? Glad to have you in the house with me, okay? My co-host will not be with us this week. She may be with us in the future, some future day, not in the future. She will be here back again, okay? Oh, look at there. I even got Chicago in the house. Somebody else that I have missed seeing in a long, long time. All these beautiful people. Ether, I did get a chance to see her. I've seen her twice while I've been away. And so that's hello and hello to you. I saw her at New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, and I saw her up at the festival in New York at BAM. And so for me, I've kind of been on a little bit of a road trip. I'm glad to have you guys back. Started off at home here in Louisiana. I did a show not too far away. I live probably about an hour, hour and a half away, hour and 15 minutes away from Lafayette. And it's one of our, not largest cities, but it has a university and it's a very, very nice little city, very college town. So that was my first show of the season. So I had been preparing things for it and for my other shows because immediately following the show in Lafayette, which was Festival International, I went on to do New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival in New Orleans for the second weekend. And that was really intense. I mean, it was kind of a blowout because one day, the first day, it was really an unusual day. They had the Rolling Stones there, and so everything was catered to the Rolling Stones. And so people were just there to see the Rolling Stones, basically. They weren't there to really do very much shopping with us. And nobody, I mean, our stage probably stayed open for an hour or two that day, and then it closed down. And we were told we couldn't even sell anything after 4 o'clock in the evening. So it was a very weird show, but the other days made up for those days, so it was an okay show. And after Jazz Fest, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, I went on to New York. Excuse me. I went on to New York and to do the BAM show, and that's my favorite of favorite shows. If you've ever, Epic comes up because she lives in Connecticut also. She knows about BAM, but for some of you people like Mona Lisa, who's from Chicago, or Cynthia from Detroit, if you guys are ever looking for a really great festival, that's, I mean, you can shop because there's just so many unique things for you. It would be the show at BAM. BAM is a very, very, it's my favorite show because everybody comes out on that, for that show. I mean, and I literally mean that people do come in droves to that show, and they also come to go see Dance Africa, the show that's put on there. I didn't get a chance to see it this year. I almost did, and I missed it by a minute because I had to go and I was trying to find my friend Foots, and I missed finding him, so I missed on the rehearsal day seeing the show. And so the show was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I'm right there with you. That's my favorite of all shows. And so that show was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And Monday it did rain. So the rain set in on Monday, but the Saturday and the Sunday show were really, really good. So and then it rained on and again on Monday, and so stuck it out for a while, and then we went on and closed down. But New York's always interesting, always great to be in Brooklyn. I get to eat good food and hang out with people who like to hang out, have some wine, have dinner. I don't get to do that here in Louisiana, where I'm at. I mean, I'm in a small town. Every now and then I get to go out with a couple of my friends where we'll have lunch or dinner or something, but it's not that same feeling that you have in a city where you do it almost regularly. It's like a regular thing. It's not something that just happens. And I kind of like about being there, and that was a nice thing about being there. So I enjoyed that. And then the next show that I did was Capital Jazz, which is always a very, very stressful show. Oh, New Orleans just joined us. Great to have you in the house, Miss Hip Replacement Minhati Singleton, who's all doing very well from her hip surgery. Glad to have you in the house. Walking around, driving back and forth, enjoying your new house in New Orleans. So glad you're in the house with us also. So going back to my story, so then I went on to Baltimore, but the problem was that the show in Baltimore didn't follow exactly the next weekend. So it was like it was going to be the weekend after. So it was like almost 14 days between the two shows. So I jumped on a plane, came back home, did some more work, and then went back out. And in the meantime, I did slip over to Vegas because there was a gem show, and I really wanted to find some gems because all my really nice stones had been lost, or had been, not lost, but they had been bought up. So I didn't really have very many nice, new, interesting stones. So I went to the gem show in Las Vegas for a brief period, like I said. And then I jumped back on home. And then I jumped back to Baltimore and did the show in Baltimore. And it was good. It was a 2-day show. I don't know. I meant to put a clip together to show you a little bit about that because as I know, it's the only, I don't do Sea Breeze, so I don't know what Sea Breeze is like. But Capital Jazz Fest is a very interesting show. The people come to that show, they're there at 6 o'clock in the morning or maybe even earlier because they come and they bring a wagon and they bring a tent, they bring food. One person does that kind of a thing, another person has the food, and so another person has the tent. They have everything together and they bring all the stuff and then they set up and then they enjoy themselves. They sit out, they listen to the music, they go, and there's 2 different stages. There's like a jazz stage, and then there's a little R&B stage, so you can go either one, or you can just look at the music on the thing. So, and then you can also shop, and it's a great festival. I had some friends that live in Dallas that came down they were at New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, and then I saw them at Capital Jazz Festival. So I like seeing my people check out things, because it's very interesting, and that's, like I said, it's a very interesting show. And usually they have a very good lineup, which brings me to now. I'm getting ready. I'm back at home again. I'm glad to be at home again for a minute. Finally, it wears out being on the road, and then I drive. People, I have to drive because I love setting up my tent. If you've never been to my tent, it's usually a pretty nice experience. I usually try to work real hard on my display and have a real nice looking environment for you to shop in. And so right now I'm getting ready to prepare for my next show, which will be July the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And that will be in Detroit. So I will be going back to Detroit. I'm happy to be going back to Detroit. And I'll be going back to Harts Plaza. I have bad memories of Harts Plaza, so I'm hoping that this time I'll have a very good memory to take back with me on my drive back down through Ohio and Tennessee and Mississippi. You know, those are kind of like the states that I got to drive through in order to get back home. So usually after the show, it's a nice drive. But, hopefully I've had a good show and everything's really positive. And I look forward to seeing some of the people that I haven't seen since prior to COVID. So if you're from Detroit, I hope to see you in Detroit. I saw some people from Detroit at the Capitol Jazz show also. Detroit was in the house. And so I look forward to seeing some more people from Detroit very soon. So that'll be it for the present, and that's what's going on for right now. All right, so let's see who else has joined us, and that's Elise. I hope I said your name right. Dadu. Okay. Glad to have you in the house with us today. So I guess I'm going to start off by showing some jewelry. I don't want to just be talking about nothing. But it was fun seeing people like Ether, and like I said, I hope to see Cynthia, and I'll see Mona Lisa. Oh, Mona Lisa, Chicago, what's going on? What's happening? You got the inside scoop. I don't know what's going on in Chicago. Will there be a show this year? Because I haven't seen any applications or anything that's been online. So I know last year wasn't a great show. So I was wondering what's going on with Chicago this year. So if you got any inside information that you want to share with us, please. Because it's another great show. I hope it's not going down that way. All right, so let me show a couple of things, and then maybe I'll talk some more after I finish showing you a couple of things, okay? So, all right, so let's get on. Zeke, she says she will keep a lookout. She don't know anything either, so we'll keep a lookout for that. So I'm going to start off by showing off this ear spear. It's a little. I don't say it's new, but I usually make this ear spear a lot longer, and I made it a lot shorter. And my skin tone, it really matches up with my skin tone. So my skin tone is really not the perfect, reference for it, but it really has a nice, really brown hue to it, a tone. And so I'm going to sell it for $35 tonight. It's all bamboo, and you can see it has a nice little curve to it, and there's only one for right now. So if you're interested in that ear spear, it's BAM #1, and for you online, it's priced at $35. And again, I'll show it to you one more time in my ear. There we go. So you can see it's kind of bulky, but it's not heavy at all. It's very, very light. All bamboo is very, very light. All right, so BAM #2. Now BAM #2, this is a little curved C ear spear. I call it a crescent spear, but this particular one has a little Swarovski crystal on it. And let's see. Okay. Too close. Oh, there it goes. It's a little Swarovski crystal, and it's sterling silver. And it's priced at $45 for the show. Okay, so if you're interested in this ear spear, and you see it goes this way, you turn the top, and it has a nice little color. It has two tones. I did a little batiking with the orange and the yellow, so has a little orange and yellow mix to it. It is going to be BAM number 2, and again it's $45. All right, so that's BAM number 2. BAM number 3. This one is another. I don't usually work in gold, but I decided to. I slipped over to another gem show last weekend and went to Houston for another gem show that they have over at Houston. Not pretty much a gem show, it's more so as it is jewelry that's already been pre-made that they sell. But usually those vendors, even those vendors sometimes have cabochons and stuff like that. And it's really a lot of more diamonds and stuff like that that are sold. But I usually can find some pretty nice things. And this time I found some real nice little gold pieces. And so I did this here spear with gold, with that really nice little pretty crystal on it also. It's $55 for it because it is gold. It won't tarnish. You know, everything is gold, and it's so it's a pretty nice little pretty spear also, little hair spear. And it would go on this side. Okay. Sometimes I make these and you can't wear. I mean, you can wear it on this side, but it won't look right because it's going to be turned backwards. So unless you specifically want me to do something for a specific year, or change it so that it is that year, then I would consider that. All right. So now let's go into BAM number 4. All right. I'm going to start off by the Bumblebee Jasper. And Bumblebee Jasper is a great life talisman that is here to keep you buzzing. It has energy unlike any other stone that I've had. I picked up this stone at the gem show in Tucson that I go to every year in January. And when I immediately came out to the show in Lafayette, before I got to New York, I didn't have the stone anymore. I completely sold out of the stone. And so that's what made me go looking for the stone again. So I was able to find the stone again. In Las Vegas. And so I'm bringing it to you. It's a really nice stone, has really great energy. And so I'm showing it right here. It's going to be $185 for this particular one. It's kind of large. It's all sterling silver. Right, it's originally priced at about $225 at my show, so I give it to you at a better price if you're interested in it here on the set. But it has a real nice yellow, and that's why I did the photograph of it, and so that you can see it also. It's probably about 2 inches with the bezel and everything, so it's like 2 inches. So it's really nice yellow stone. This one is based with yellow, and the black is really onyx. And so we're going to BAM number 5, which is also in the same series. There we go. Which is in the same series. Oh, I showed you number 5 first. I'm sorry. They're so much alike. These two particular ones. Someone go back, and because this is I was showing you number 5 in my hand while talking about number 4. So here they are in my hand, number 4 and number 5. Okay, and they're very similar. They have a little bit of different beading, and but the shape is very, very similar. It's a real pretty shape. It's a real pretty shape. Okay. So I'm glad to have you guys in the house tonight. It's very nice to have you all back, and I hope you're having and enjoying your spring, summer, going out to the festivals. I saw Mel Mel at the festival with BAM. She's always at BAM. I see she's on the show, and very much a New Yorker, so Brooklyn is where she lives at too. So, you know, I enjoyed being there. All right. So, and again, bumblebee jasper really comes from Indonesia. It's the only place it's found in Jakarta, Indonesia. And so it wasn't even around until, let's move on to number 6. Let's do number 6. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, number 6 is also a little bit different. I didn't put any border around the outside of it. It's just the stone itself, and it's a very, like it says, this one has a little bit more. You can see some orange around the corners of it. It has yellow, a little bit of olive green color, and then some 2 tones of yellow, or 3 or 4 different tones of yellow. And really the yellow is really a little bit of the composition of it. It really has sulfur and arsenic. There's not enough arsenic to kill you or kill anybody else with, but it's a little bit of the composition of the stone, because the stone is a volcanic ash. You know, it's from the volcanoes that erupts in Indonesia. So, and that's how they were able to find this particular stone. So, and this stone can take your mind away from sad things and stuff, because it's just full of life. You know, it has a lot of life and a lot of energy and a lot of things going on with it. You know, so if you're interested in any one of these bumblebee jaspers, this one's going to be $160 for the show, and so if you're interested in it, and this one's probably a size 8, but you just let me know your size, and then I'll resize the ring for you. No problem if you're interested in one of the rings that I have showing today. All right, so BAM number 7. Here we go. So now this is a little bit different in the bumblebee jasper. We don't see any of the dark or black or gray or green. This is mostly a lot of the orange and the yellow that's protruding out of in this particular color. So, and this is BAM number 7. Too much reflection for you, so I'm sorry. But that's why I did the photos, because I wanted you to really, if you're interested in the stone and seeing how pretty it is, you know, and how much it demands attention. So it's bumblebee jasper, and will help oil your engine and provide you with a smooth ride through your life. That's one of the things that it says that it does. So, bumblebee jasper, and again, like I said, it's from a volcano in Indonesia, and it's a recent find. Hasn't been around for a very, very long time. Okay, so this next one, which is BAM number 8. So this one's huge. This ring I made this. This probably should be a pendant. This is so large. It's like almost 3 inches in terms of length. But you know, some of my customers really like large rings. I mean, and I like large. I like like people for to notice things about you, whatever it is, because you know the things that you have work well with you. You know, so people notice them. And some of my customers really like wearing really large rings, so I made a bumblebee jasper ring that's probably about, like I said, this one's almost 3 inches and has mostly the orange and a little bit of sliver of the black, and then it has a pretty gray. So you can see the tones and the colors will, you know, always change. The newer black onyx is something new that they've just unearthed. This orange and white was the first finds that they basically found when they went digging. And you got to go digging if you want to find stones. You know? Sometimes they're just laying right there on the ground. You know, you can go to the desert in Arizona and apply for a permit to go and have a space so that you can just search your space for whatever stones you might want to be looking for. Meteorites, you know, different kinds of agates. So, you know, the earth's full of beauty. I mean, I have a stone that I found recently that has a face in it, and I've never seen a stone with a face in it. I mean, it's kind of a scary stone when you look at it, but it's a piece of sugilite, and inside the sugilite there's some gray face in it. I'm going to try and photograph that for you so I can have that one for you next week. I hope to be back next week doing another show. So let's go on to BAM number 8. It's $250 for BAM number 8. It is a real large ring. Okay, like I said, it's almost 3 inches in length. All right. So BAM number 9. Now this has become somewhat of my favorite stone. It's called Sonora Sunrise or Sonora Sunset, depending upon how you want to interpret it. But Sonora Sunrise or Sonora Sunset, because it's from south of the border in Sonora, Mexico. And what I like about this stone is that you can see it has the red, green, and black. It has those 3 colors in it primarily. Primarily, it's stone with some red, a lot of oxide, and green and black. And so I love the stone. Stone is a pretty new stone. It was probably found in 2000 and something. So that's a long time ago. And it was a very expensive stone. It's it wasn't an inexpensive stone for me to buy. And this particular one is something that I cut myself. I did, you know, I shaped, I cut, I polished, you know, to fit my design. And so here it is, and it's probably also about 3 inches long in terms of length. But again, it's called Sonora Sunrise, and it's $250 for the show. All right, you can see it. It's red, green, and black colors. It's a very beautiful stone, very interesting stone. It's a stone of love. Keeps you tranquil, you know, peaceful, you know, cools you out, and does all those things for you. And that's the Sonora Sunrise. All right. So last, I'm going to have one more stone here. BAM number 9, going on. All right. And this one is called Charite. And I'm throwing it in a mix tonight. I kind of like this stone. It's from Siberia, and it's been around since probably 1940 or something like that, even before I was born. But and it looks like it's unreal. It looks like it's plastic. You know, you sort of look at it and you're not really sure if it's a real stone or not, because it's so intricate and it has so many nice, pretty colors and swirls in it, like somebody just, you know, poured epoxy all, you know, did that swirly thing with the epoxy. But that's the Sharite stone. Let me put it up here one more time. Put it up. You can see it basically on the screen, probably a lot better than what you can see. I lit for me and not for the stones. I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way in the future so that I can show you a stone, because I really want you to see these for yourself, because there and some other people have said that it's better when they can see the thing itself rather than just take a photo of it. So this way you get to see the ring. I just got to figure out a way how to light them, and I will for the future. All right, so that's bam number 10, and that's my last item for today, and I'm going to sell that one for $200. All right, and it's a nice purple kind of stone. It's a soft purple. It's not very hard purple. It has some black in it, some white in it. Like I said, it's very translucent and very it moves when you look at it inside. So I'm sort of on my stone thing, and you know, like I said, I've been going to the gym shows because I really like the stones, and I like making something with the stones, and you like stones because they're different than what you're normally used to. So I'm going to keep on doing a little bit more stone hunting, and you know, not stay with so much of the amber and, you know, the ivory and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more stones for you guys, and not too much turquoise either. You know, we'll stay away from that. We'll just have stones that have a lot more meaning and a lot more purpose for your spiritual self, because that's what these stones do for you. They provide spiritual healing. All right. So okay. So any questions that we have? Anybody interested in anything I said tonight, or got any questions about anything that I said tonight? But I see the tapes rolling up underneath. Don't forget about how you can reach me. I'm reachable at bamboozledjewelry.com. You can see all my work. Or you can Black Artist Marketplace, or Facebook Black Artist Marketplace, YouTube Black Artist Marketplace, Instagram Black Artist Marketplace. Just a whole bunch of social media that you can choose from. And I mean, I wish you guys weren't talking to me, because I was wondering what you think about TikTok and, you know, being on that show. I talked to Aaron recently, and Aaron was like, you know, he's recommending that we do TikTok for that audience. So I'm like, you know, so what are you guys' thoughts about those things? Anybody got any thoughts? Hi, Zanetta. I hope you didn't just join my show. If you did, just go back over and check out my big, beautiful rings. I know you're a ring girl. You like rings, so check out what I had to present tonight, and maybe you'll see something that you like. Also, I'm glad to have you back in the house. Glad Mel's back. Miss Mitchell. All right. And Hati getting ready to have 4th of July weekend, Essence Festival coming to town next weekend, which is something that I'll probably be I will be missing it because I won't be going. But again, I want to inform you that I will be in Detroit this year at the African World Festival. Uh, the dates are July the 12th, 13th, and 14th, that weekend. And it's going to be at Hart's Plaza. And the first night is probably the best night because, oh, there's two good nights. There's two good groups. I saw a little bit of the entertainment. And Third World is playing on Friday night. And then Cyril Neville with Dumpster Funk is playing on Saturday night. So both of those are real good entertainment. So it's nice to know that they have some good entertainment for this show. All right. Where are you going to the gym show at in Arizona? Oh, you're going to come to Arizona. Well, I look forward to that, Mel. Mel, it is a must. It will blow your mind. You just have to be. It's an experience you will never ever forget. There's just so much beauty in seeing all these stones and gems, and real rocks where they come from. So it's a beautiful experience. So yeah, it always goes on in January. So it's I think it's like almost the second weekend or last weekend in January and first couple of weekends in February. But it's always a great experience if you've never done it before, especially for the artists that do or like stones, deal with stones. You'll really have a great time going to the gym show. Oh, cool. So you're going to be working with them at the gym show. That's even better because then you're going to maybe to experience a little bit of Tucson, a little bit of the South. What is that? The Southeast, Southwest. I'm sorry. And I know East, West, North, South. So Arizona's in the Southwest, and Tucson is nice. Got that nice Mexican culture. So beautiful out there in the desert. So, but the gym show is a remarkable show. All right. So unless you guys got something else to say, holla at me. You got nothing to say? Come on, talk to me. Well, okay, I don't see any new comments coming across, and I've probably shown what I'm going to show tonight. I'm going to work on I have some other things that I'm going to show next week. So I hope you'll join me again next week. I hope that will be back soon to join us next week, maybe. I don't know. So, I look forward to having her back, and I look forward to seeing you back here again. Okay? So I won't hold you for the rest of the evening, but thank you for tuning in and for hanging out with me and Zeke. I do have my man Zeke is in the house with me, so so I'm gonna say good night, I guess. I don't guess. I'm going to say good night. So if you're interested in any of the things that you saw tonight, please, you can reach me through bamboozle at AOL.com or Lavalais13@gmail.com, or any Black Artist Marketplace will also be there. All right. All right, Miss Daly, thank you very much. Thank you a lot. Thank all of you for tuning in tonight, and hopefully next week we'll have a longer show and I'll be a little bit more prepared. All right, so we'll see you next week. Everybody enjoy your weekend and see you soon.